Hey guys, Barrick here. I'm going to be trying something a little different today and talk about a game I've been enjoying quite a bit lately. Sorry if my voice sounds off for once I'm actually trying to sound a bit more feminine. It's a work in progress, I know. As always, this is all my opinions, so have a bit of mercy in the comments. Now with that said and done, sit back, relax, crack open a can of soda, and let's get started. Welcome to Identity 5, a game of cat and mouse, but all the mice have guns. You'll play as either a hunter or a survivor, your abilities and tasks being wildly different on each end. Starting with the survivor, because I like that side more, each character is split up into 4 main roles. Decoders, who do the objectives faster, containers, who do better at stalling the hunter, assists, who specialize in helping out other survivors, and rescuers, who... We'll get to those later. When you lock in a character for the match, you start off with that character's items, buffs, and debuffs if they have any. As a survivor, your goal is to complete 5 of the 7 cipher machines, open up an exit gate, and escape with as little casualties as possible. When in chase, you'll have to use windows, pallets, and depending on the character, your abilities to prolong the chase, and when someone is chaired, you'll... Damn, it's this again. Alright, let's talk about Hunter. On the Hunter side of things, it starts off pretty similar. Select a character, get their powers, buffs, debuffs, but you also get this neat little thing called Presence. Think of Nemesis's mutation quirk, but on every hunter. As your presence increases during a match, your powers will get stronger or gain new features. Once you're in a match, your job is to find and beat the shit out of any survivors you see. Well, not all of them. Prioritize these guys since they do the objective the fastest, and if it's the start of the game, you'll want to avoid... Oh my god, this is getting annoying. Once you find a survivor, it's chase time. Keep an eye on windows and pallets as they impede on your ability to deliver swift justice, and the latter can stun you if you're caught lacking. Make sure to also keep track of survivors' abilities because those can make or break a chase. Finally, once you've downed someone, you take them to a rocket chair and finally start the rescue phase. Oh, it didn't happen this time, neat. As things currently stand, your best bet at getting a kill is to stay close. Most killers have a way to strengthen their defense and make rescuing harder for survivors, who will absolutely have the upper hand due to the wonderfully balanced selection of characters who specialize in rescuing people from the rocket chair. If you're lucky, you can hit them during the interaction for a terror shock and instant down. If a survivor gets rescued before midway on the chair meter, the next time they're put there it'll jump to halfway, and if they're rescued after halfway, the next time they're chaired it'll automatically finish, and they die. Once everyone is either free or dead, the match ends, and what the heck is this thing? As you play the game, you'll unlock more points for your persona web. This is universal across characters, but has to be grinded out for both factions. Please, for the love of God, do this before you touch the ranked mode. Each side has some essential traits to pick, along with 4 of the big boy traits on either side you can only take 2 of in a match. To avoid having to explain these, here's the trait slapped through the Dead by Daylight filter. Keep in mind if you're playing Survivor, you're going to want to coordinate with your team what kind of build you went for. The notation for such looks like this: 3 is essential, and please make sure at least one person runs 6 as well. On the killer side of things, it really depends on what your killer can and can't do. Need a certain trait in the early game, but also need a different one in the late game? 3. Rely mainly on M1ing survivors? 6. Need your presence up as soon as possible to have a chance at winning? 9. Power blocked by survivors vaulting windows? 12. There, I think that's all the important, relevant details. Now with that out of the way, it's time to address the elephant in the room. What makes this game different from Dead by Daylight? Well, for starters, it's the only one optimized for mobile... Oh, right, they did that. And took notes from some of the things Identity 5 did well. Neat. Jokes aside, the first main difference you'll come across is the survivors having dedicated abilities and traits that you can't trade out for better ones from other characters. Even with the persona web, there's a set way each character is designed to be used, and to me that helps add more character to the, well, characters. The second main difference is one you likely missed when I first mentioned it, and that's how survivors are meant to win. Unlike in Dead by Daylight, where it only checks for whether or not you escaped and counts that as a win or loss, the game determines if the survivors win based off the amount of survivors that survived the trial. 3 or more is a win, 2 is a tie, and 1 or less is an L. This helps make sure the survivors work as a team, since it's meant to be a team game unlike Mr. Survive Together or Not. Yeah, how's that design choice working out for you? As for rank in MMR, the dedicated ranked mode Identity V has determines how you gain or lose rank based off the end result, and achieving certain milestones during the match, like kiting X amount of time, or whatever the ones are for Hunter, because I don't play Hunter in ranked. Not only does this help with keeping players at a skill level they're actually at, it proves that a system that tracks in-game stats is absolutely possible, and behavior either doesn't know how to do it or simply doesn't want to. I may be a bit salty. Anyways, that's about it for Identity V. There will be a link to download it below, and I hope you give it a shot. Just make sure to use the right type of account so you can also transfer progress on your phone. What? Do you guys not have phones?
Syndicate missions.
The Alexa wants me to watch an inflation video.
What kind?